Hey, what's up guys? It's Luke, and you're watching Luke the Gathering. Thanks for being here and checking out the channel. Really appreciate that you're here. I'm a relatively new player to Magic. I started during Strixhaven, and I am so glad you're watching this channel. I'm recording this on Friday night. I actually just got back from Friday Night Magic at my local game store. We do a draft. And tonight was the final draft of Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, the DnD set. And a lot of people, this was kind of like a much maligned set. A lot of people were saying they didn't like this set very much, and I understand why. The power levels certainly weren't there, and a lot of the game's mechanics that they threw in, like dungeoneering and dice rolling, didn't work as well as I think a lot of folks were hoping that they would. And so I think there was some disappointment within the set. But, you know, personally, I actually really loved drafting this set. I just got familiar with the cards, and I really enjoyed playing with them. And today I drafted a deck that did not do that well, even though I think it could have done better. I think there were some circumstances that just led to its downfall, and I really truly believe it wasn't the deck's fault. Nor was it mine. It was kind of happenstance. That happens to every Magic player, and I think you'll relate to it when I talk about it, when I show you the cards that I drafted, because I think I got some pretty decent cards. I also want to say that blue, which was, you know, universally said as the worst color in the set, you know, maybe at the top tiers, but, you know, blue isn't that bad. A lot of the blue cards, you know, they have just enough toughness that they're kind of hard to kill sometimes. And if you use your cards effectively, I really think blue can stand a chance against many decks. Maybe not, obviously, the best of the best, but I think you can do okay, especially with some of the cards you can find within the set, like in the rares, obviously. And those you have to kind of get lucky on. But, you know, honestly, when I draft, I look at the rare first. Doesn't everybody look at the rare? See, is this something that can really give me an advantage? And then you try to take it, of course. Or you do take it, and then you pass, and you kind of build your deck around the rares that you get. And that's kind of what I did. So maybe that's wrong. Maybe people just draft around commons. I don't know. I'm really new, like I said. But I'm going to talk about the deck now. We're going to turn the camera around, and we'll say goodbye to Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. We might play it during discount draft nights, because, you know, a lot of times the set, when it goes out of rotation, you know, I miss Strixhaven a lot. I think that went to discount draft night, and I think it'll still be there, along with maybe Kaldheim and Zendikar Rising. But maybe we'll draft AFR again there. But next week is the pre-release, and I'm really stoked about it. I can't wait for that. That's going to be a lot of fun, just to see the new cards, but also sad that we're not going to be playing Adventures in the Forgotten Realms again. And there were a couple weeks where we did the mystery booster draft, and so when we did the mystery draft, that took away 2 weeks out of Forgotten Realms. A lot of people were happy about that, but again, I love playing this in person. I played tons of this on Arena just to kind of try to get better at this, but yeah, that's just kind of the way it was. And let's talk about these cards. I'm looking at them in my hand right now. They're right here. And let's just talk about these cards. Let me know what you think. Okay, so here are the cards. They're just straight fresh from the tournament. I didn't unsleeve them. I didn't do anything with them. They're just the way they are. We got a Hoarding Ogre. And the deck I drafted was a dice rolling deck. I've always wanted to do a dice rolling deck for D&D, and never really materialized until this week. And I was actually really stoked to try to do this. Hoarding Ogre. Guild Thief is really cool. He makes himself unblockable, gives himself 1/1s. That's cool. Pixie Guide, very helpful with the rolling. And Brazen Dwarf. This guy, I think a lot of people universally panned and hated, but Brazen Dwarf, every time you roll dice, he can deal a damage to your opponent. And so I thought that was kind of neat, especially if you can get a lot of dice rolling going. Contact Other Plane again, and I actually drafted 3 of these Brazen Dwarfs, and I thought, you know what? There's a foil one. That's a sign. I got to draft. Here's another much maligned card, Mordekainen's Polymorph. No one uses it. I mean, it's an instant, so it just kind of like goes away after a turn, but it turns the creature into 4/4. And since nobody uses this card, I think it can actually surprise a lot of people. Not a lot of 4/4s. I mean, there's the dragons, so this can actually take out the dragons if you need to with any chump character or card or creature, anything like that. And like a planner ally, Ginny Wincier, those are 3/3s. This just takes them out, and they never see this coming. I love surprises. Dueling Rapier, Conjure, Magic Missile is one of the best. I love Magic Missile. The Displacer Beast. Look, I put 2 of those polymorphs in. And it did a little bit of work this time. I mean, it was cool when I was able to get it. Nobody saw it coming. Red Dragon. This guy's just awesome. Faraday, Devil's Chosen. The sad thing about Faraday is I never drew Faraday. In fact, I flooded out on lands in a lot of the games. And I will tell you, usually you put 17 lands in the deck. I had 16 from the get-go. And I just flooded on lands in almost every game. I never pulled a lot of these cards into play, into my hand. And I was really sort of frustrated about that. So, I mean, the only guys I had out, like a Pixie Guides out. I had little guys out like that because that's all I had, and I didn't have much mana. The time I did get my big guys out, and I'll show you some of the bigger guys, I won. But I guess that's Magic, right? You get your better guys, you win. But I just kind of felt like I got, flooded with mana so often. And then in my very first game, I got mana screwed, and so I was keeping my hands that had more hand mana. It worked out really awkwardly. Dragon's Fire, and then Ray of Frost. I mean, these are really nice. And then Price of Loyalty. If you know me, I love these style of cards, and this game won me the game again in one of my rounds. And in fact, I got to play 2 in 1. Actually, almost could have won me a full round, not just a game within a round, but couldn't quite make it there. And here's Delina. So Delina was the first card I drafted. Really sweet card. I had the Pixie Guides to sort of help me roll dice. And you know what I got on the chance when I used Delina? 2 dice rolls, 13 and 14. And that was kind of the way my whole draft went today. It didn't go well. I went 1 and 2 in terms of the rounds, and it's fine. And the one win was from a bye, and so it's not like I really won with this deck. But I did feel like this deck had good potential in the drafting, format where we were in the store, but it just wasn't going my way today. And that happens. I think that happens to a lot of folks. I did well with a deck I didn't think was going to do well last week. And this week I thought I had a good draft, a deck that I drafted well, and it did not do well. So this is just the way draft goes. It's just the way it is. And I'm fine with that. So for my 1-pack prize for getting a bye and getting a win, I got a pack of Kaldheim. We had a choice between Kaldheim, Strixhaven, Zendikar, Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. Kaldheim was calling my name. I've been getting a lot of Zendikar recently, and so we're going to see what we get in this. All right. I think, is it? Oh, the rare right off the get-go, Furia's Retribution. And it's a saga. Okay, the Trickster, Uncommon, Avalanche Caller, Frenzied Raider, and then a bunch of course, commons from Kaldheim. So nothing great, really. Nothing great out of this night, except having fun. And certainly was fun. I actually really do like this Delina. I like it in this showcase art style. And it's a win to get Delina like this. It's a really... And oh, by the way, Faraday... Maybe I didn't look close enough at the art on the regular one. I got to look at that. I thought Faraday was a guy for whatever reason until now. Now I can see clearly Faraday is female. So interesting. Did not know that. So this card helped me figure that out. Thanks for watching and listening. And we'll be back for more next time.